Hello everyone, PallyTime here, and welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. In today's video, we are starting our deep dive into Qhira, one of the two original Nexus beings, original Heroes of the Storm characters here in the roster. Qhira has, I would say, three distinct play styles, one of them focusing on her W ability, another focusing on her Q. She has an auto attack setup that is super effective, and then I also have a hybrid build I like to kind of bring a lot of the different play styles together in one harmonious setup. In today's video, we're focusing on the bleed build. So blood rage, stacking up bleed against as many targets as we possibly can, watching that damage over time melt away at them while we are free to either continue to be aggressive or walk away as they are bleeding out. This was the most popular setup for Qhira for a very, very long time, and there's a good reason for it. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button, and we have plenty more Qhira on the way soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on Sky Temple today. The friendly team: Qhira, Genji, Kelthu, Mother Flippin' Zod, Lieutenant Morales and Stitches versus Sergeant Hammer, Vala, Li Ming, Ana, and Diablo. At level 1, we are going for Fatal Wounds. While at maximum stacks, Blood Rage Bleed deals an additional 30% damage to heroes under 50% health. Damaging heroes inflicts our bleed, and after they bleed 150 times, we get our reward, which is a duration increase of 2 whole seconds thrown in on the tail end of this. So, like this Li Ming here, I could just walk into her and that's fine. I could totally miss everything on Sergeant Hammer and still get the rebound. And we just kind of want to body block this Diablo now if we can. Just get in his way. That is how we will get our early game bleed stacks. Just opportunity ticking in the middle of team fights. I'm going to send this one around, booping back towards my team. Make sure we get one more bleed out if I can with my Q and back it on up. Just in that first fight, we got 26 stacks of our bleed relatively easily, and it's going to be our goal to finish this as fast as possible. The reason I just walked right up to that Li Ming at the beginning is because I feel as though one of the reasons I've struggled on Qhira is because I'm trying to set up skill shots too often. Sometimes, to get in range, all you need to do is click. Especially in that situation, it seems like they were just staring at the fight that was happening and weren't paying attention to me at all. Speaking of not paying attention, that was clearly a bait. We're not taking it. We're not dying to baits today. I kind of do need to go where the combat is. Kind of similar to Kel'Thuzad here, who's going to want to get stacks very, very quickly to make sure we get our power spikes early on in the game. Bit different with Kel'Thuzad because he has to hit a lot of heroes with low cooldown stuff, whereas me, just landing an auto attack can be valuable. They might be charging directly for us. They just took the camp on the far side. Let's see how they react to this. Oh, good boop. Good boop. Okay. So if I do get booped, you can kind of see it cancels my mid-animation swing. Genji jumping in on this. Let's go in, try to land a Q at least. That Vala damage is going to be scary, but she missed the Hungering Arrow. We have grapple hook in 4 seconds, so go ahead and get our next talent. And then I'm just diving in with it. One more. Got it. So our Q ability, straight line skill shot, splits our sword into different segments. Those segments all go out and each one of them individually bleeds. That means if you only hit someone with the tip of the sword, they're probably going to get 1, maybe 2 bleed stacks. However, if you hit them with the whole shaft, then you're looking at quite a lot of bleeds built up quickly. W ability is Blood Rage. This allows us to kind of detonate our bleeds to receive some healing off of them. The more bleeds we have up, the more healing we get. I'm going to stay down in the bottom lane and I'm going to push one more wave. If I can get this moving, we're going to be a lot closer to level 7. Looks like the enemy team is jumping in on that top point very quickly though, so the middle is going to need reinforcements. I'll go now. We have enough bleeds to kill that minion. Diablo flanking on the right. I actually think it'd be better for Stitches to come down here and make this his focus, but if he's not here, that's okay. Q going forward, we nailed it. Right around here, and I'm thinking about detaching off to the right just so I can get back into position a little bit more. We canceled the lasso, which is our E ability, with our trait, grappling hook, and we did that just by shooting it off at some terrain. We can choose to end our revolving sweep early, the lasso early, and reactivate the ability to smash into our target. In that particular instance, I decided to run it around. You can avoid so much damage with the lasso if you use it at the right time. We're going to pick up Healmonger at level 7. If Blood Rage damages a hero below 50% health, it heals for an additional 260 health. Once again, super easy to get that proccing off of multiple enemies with our kit and receiving quite a lot of healing in the right situation. Sergeant Hammer has returned to the bottom lane and is pushing that down. Let's see if we can find some friends here in middle. Diablo in position. He didn't take the flip. I'm kind of surprised. He's looking like he wants to take it now. That gave me a full cooldown on my E ability. I'm kind of upset about that. We're just going to refresh the bleed there on Diablo and slowly back out of that. Morales keeping our health high there was quite nice. Looks like they might be rotating down onto the hammer. Let's see if I can set up the combo real quick. He's going to boop, right? Wait. They just took it. What? It's like they saw that ice spike going up and they were like, well, I guess I'm already dead. Sometimes that is the best case scenario if you know you're gonna die. Some people try to run away when really what you should be doing is pressing every ability you have to try to dump out as much damage as soon as possible. I don't think that's what happened there. I'm just saying, I guess I see where the head's at. We're gonna lasso this one all the way around, slam into the CC that Kel'Thuzad already made, and then just poke politely over the wall towards Vala. Not committing too hard. I try really hard not to have Greymane syndrome on this character, because if you go in and you don't have an escape plan, you're pretty much just dead. She already teleported. Man, I could have been really aggressive with the grappling hook there, but I was just talking about how safe I play. Blink is already back up again, so she could take me over the wall if we engage too hard. It's gonna have to come off of a Kel'Thuzad crowd control. Just like this. Oh, so close! She clipped the tower! Oh, so close! Well, the objective is ready down here in the bottom lane. Half of the friendly team is up top looking at Vision, I think. I think that's what they were doing. Kel'Thuzad in a bit of a bad spot here. The real question is, can we help him out of it? Good dodge by Vala. That dodge took me out of the fight. We're going to wait on this heal. Stitches has arrived. Let's see if he can make some room for us. At the front door, Disintegrate hitting me pretty hard. All right, we'll follow Diablo around here. Oh my god, that's perfect. Q forward, and now we're ulting. I'm gonna have to disengage with my grappling hook. Our ult, what it does is we kind of slash at everyone, and we get bleed stacks on that whole area as we're just kind of whipping our sword around. Then, at the end of that duration, we're going to stun everyone inside of that circle. You can use unrelenting strikes, especially with bleed build, to some really great effectiveness if you hold off on your blood rage and let it actually hit enemies a bit first. It is a ridiculous amount of healing that it can return to you. I have found that it can be a difficult ultimate to finish the channel of, though. Like, if you just let one rip, if there's no planning or thought that goes into it, it's very difficult to finish that cast, especially in the middle of a big 5v5 team fight. You gotta find the right timing for it. The enemy team is significantly ahead on sieging at the moment. They still have all 3 of their tier 1s. We're holding on to just our middle building at the moment. That being said, looks like Vala might rotate this way. Let's see if we can cut her off. No, she went back. Does look like there's a team fight about to happen here. Something just dismounted me. Had to have been Hammer. Was thinking about leaving, but missed my skill shot to leave anyway. Chilling. Don't need to force anything. Bottom lane actually needs to be cleared pretty bad. This thing is pushing towards our tier 2s. Looks like Li Ming was just put into the belly, so that should be a kill. We're just gonna fall back and take care of this, do our job. I have found that as I play Qhira more and more, I really appreciate her level 7 talent that lets her get healing off of PvE environments. I'm the kind of player who always loves to be proactive on the map and always like going out and doing something like this to make the map better for us, to soak some XP, to get something pushing. And unfortunately, Qhira just does not have staying power in PvE without a very specific level 7 talent. But we're going to be talking about that in a later video too. At level 13, we're going for the Hunted. Basic attacking an enemy increases your basic attack damage by 25%, stacking up to 4 times. So as we pick a target in the middle of these team fights, all we have to do is start landing auto attacks to get them against them, and we will see a pretty big benefit. I see Stitches trying to line up a hook onto the enemy teams. Li Ming showed in the bush for a moment. I'm just going to move up and start swinging. I'm not too afraid of any damage here yet. Good dodge by Li Ming, gets her out of my lasso range pretty quickly. Someone's in the belly. So we're going to stop Diablo from being able to move forward just by walking in. And the idea was we're trying to keep whoever is in the belly longer. Good bleed onto the enemy team's Ana as they were running away. We'll try to stun him right here. Follow it up with another. Great kill the Zod hook. Great hook, great hook. Now that we have taken the middle objective, we should try to apply some pressure to the bottom one as well. Last I saw down there, it was just Sergeant Hammer, but Vala's got to be somewhere too. There she is. Trying to back in the corner, didn't make it out of here today. I do kind of think that boss might be a good play for us. We can move in, we could take it pretty quick. Vala for the enemy team is dead. I feel like I want to keep showing on the map, pushing in on this though, personally. Oh, Li Ming's in a very bad spot there. She's hit with the Kel'Thuzad chain as well, comboed into the Ana, but it doesn't look like that's going to be enough. Diablo in a bad spot. Let's move around and boop him back into our team here, also securing the body block in that situation. If Ana wants to come in, she's got to move through me. We'll just be a slight obstacle as my team takes down the Sergeant Hammer. Sure, I could have moved back to Hammer and gotten some licks in there, and I do pretty good damage. That would have been fine, but the team already had that play, and we don't have another front line. We don't have another bruiser. I need to be making some space in situations like that too. We're gonna go for Booming Kick. Now, when we reactivate our kick, it's going to stun everyone in the area, which sets us up for a beautiful stun after as well. We're going to heal off of some of that bleed damage, and then just casually back up. No reason to overcommit. We're doing totally fine. I can heal off of some bleed damage again. If Li Ming wants to sit there and channel on that disintegrate, I'm sure we have some boys that would love to pay her a visit. Vala is moving in pretty aggressively now. I'm in. She's dead. Vala's dead. Just had to wait for the grapple cooldown. That's kind of the main engage combo on Qhira. It is difficult to do, but once you get it, it sets, like, the initial landing of the grappling hook can be hard, but once grappling hook is landed, it basically sets you up to not miss your evolving sweep because you're hurtling towards the target. So if you can land the grappling hook, it sets you up for a really good combo with revolving sweep into a full segment Q. The problem is, if you commit all of that to the engage, you have nothing, and I mean nothing, to disengage with. So it is a very all-in strategy. I try not to do it all the time. Gray Mane Syndrome, it's a hell of a drug, bro. It's a hell of a drug. Looks like we do have a mercenary camp pushing. Diablo is in the belly. I was going the wrong way. Let's see if we can deal some damage to him. Lasso is in place. We'll send it around and try to body block him in the corner here. Of course, Diablo can flip us and move us whenever he pleases. Stim drone is out. Let's try to get some bleeds onto Vala. Lasso around. Spin. I have another bleed. Perfect. Look at that pop. Did you see how much fucking health I got back there? That is ridiculous. We should definitely boss now. We should definitely boss now. Boss, boss, boss. Okay, that is going to be dealing some pretty good siege damage to the enemy team right now. Let's get this started. Unfortunately, I don't believe my consecutive damage applies to a boss in this situation. Enemy Li Ming does know we're here. I'm going to move to this side. Or at least she was in the area. We want to make sure she doesn't interfere. I don't imagine she could get enough resets. Our health isn't that bad. They are respawned. Oh, shit. So it is possible that they're on the way. We see two enemy members up top, though. Okay, perfect. I'm going to go grab this regen globe here, if there is still one. Looks like Stitches is in the market, too. That makes sense. Bala solo defending bottom. I'm trying to look for an area we can pressure, and it might be this Diablo up here. We could take that camp next to them as well, since the enemy team's attention should be on the lower side of the map right now. Oh, I hate it when I'm right and just don't react in time. Oh, man. All right, we'll go ahead and get some bleeds on Sergeant Hammer, take them down before they're able to get over the wall. Now, this is why the unrelenting strikes is so popular. We saw a discussion popping up in chat about this during our warm-up game for Qhira today. Final Strike is excellent right out of the box, and you will start getting kills with it right out of the box. However, Unrelenting Strikes is an investment in your future, because at level 20, you can finally get Silent Killer. Now, as I'm spinning around with my blades in an area and doing all this fancy bullshit, everyone that's inside of my area of effect will be silenced as well. Meaning that if I jump in on their main disruptors, they may not have a way of interrupting my ult at all. If I jump in on a Li Ming, suddenly she can't use any of her movement abilities, her blinks, to reposition to get out of it. It shuts down that playstyle. It makes it so Sergeant Hammer here can't go unstoppable. If we jump in, booming kick into ult, this should be a kill. They literally can't react. They can't fucking react. Great setup, by the way, by the team. Allowed me to capitalize on that perfectly. Ana, taken away by Stitches at the same time, doesn't have a team to fall back to anymore. And with that, the objective is up again. Now, if I was going for some PvE healing talents, I could hold this objective all day. But Qhira, in her current position, in this game, I'm going to have absolutely no sustain here. So I actually need to kill these guys quick. Nice. If I'm going to soak here for any amount of time at all without the team. We still have about 20 seconds before we start to see respawns, so I should be pretty safe at this point. And we see Li Ming on the map down at the bottom. Well, maybe a little bit more. Did the best I could. Did the best I could. That was enough to help the push and destroy that bottom keep, so I feel pretty okay about that. For the team level 21 to the enemy team's 18, we're really starting to pull ahead with that XP soak. That is for sure. Look at the difference here. Li Ming, top on her team with 11,000. That is third place soak on our team. Look at that shit. That's what I like to see. People doing the mechanics. That's fucking good. Looks like with the rest of that central tower Stitches was able to take, we will finish off that tier 2 defense in the middle lane as well. That means the enemy team only has the top lane that they're holding on to, and it is falling fast. I am going to try to focus down this camp. Once we have it moving, we should be good to go. And then I'm just going to run it straight for our team. We do have them split right now as well. Looks like Sergeant Hammer was carried away in the belly. Vala trying to dive forward to make something happen here. Oh, no. Did you think you were getting away that way? Absolutely not. We'll grapple towards Diablo. Immediately put to sleep by Ana. I think that was more unlucky than anything. I had a perfect setup where we could go. Okay, I'm just going to silence here to make it so Diablo can't intercept that Ana, and Ana can't do anything to protect her as well. We literally shut down any possibility of them fixing that play in their favor just by using that silence there. By the way, our level 7 talent is geared for fighting auto attackers. So the Sergeant Hammer and the Vala on this enemy team do have a hard time hitting me, excuse me, with our level 4 talent. I'll talk more about that on the main menu. That was pretty textbook. I like it. So the talents we went for in today's game were Fatal Wounds to help our bleed be more effective. Upstage, damaging at least 2 heroes with Blood Rage causes Qhira to evade the next 4 basic attacks within 12 seconds. If you're fighting against a Sergeant Hammer like we were, those auto attacks hit so hard, but they're spaced out a bunch too. So you could dodge a considerable portion of damage with Upstage. At level 7, we got more healing. Unrelenting strikes at 10, the Hunted into Booming Kick. Booming Kick is so excellent as well at 16 because it stuns everyone you jump in on, which then means at 20 that Silent Killer is already draped over every enemy that you're stunned, and now they're silenced as they regain control of their character. That's going to do it for today's video, but this is nowhere near the end of our Qhira deep dive. If you guys enjoy the content, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button and check back again very soon.